The dirty coal has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Dirty coal has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Dirty coal has got to go.
Send a message to President Obama to move past the corrupt Washington politics and do something about climate action. I live down in Denver.
And you came up here just for this?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think the impact of this is going to be?
Hopefully something. More than nothing, that's for sure.
After the bike rally at the Valmont Coal Power Plant, people convened here in front of Boulder City Hall to talk about climate change and climate action.
There is an intrinsic part that exists. It is the soul within your consciousness and who you are. And then the song will be genuine. And
so we're with a student group called COPERG, and we're out here collecting video petitions for President Obama and then Senators Udall and Bennett. And we're just asking all these people that are out here on 350 Day to tell their leaders that we want strong action on climate change leading into the Copenhagen conference.
Shows the power of Mother Nature, a good example of the great wind power and solar power we have, eh? We want to decarbonize our electric supply 30% by 2012. This is doable with all this wind and all this solar. It is doable, and we should do it so that we can reach our city's climate action goals. Otherwise, the city staff are telling us we're going to run short. We're not going to make our city's climate goals. That's not acceptable. Who agrees with me? At the state level, we're calling on Governor Ritter to approve no new coal plants. Who knows about that there's a new coal plant planned for Pueblo, Colorado? We want the governor to approve no new coal plants and to start retiring old coal plants and replacing them with the amazing renewable clean energy that we have here, and to create green jobs while we do it. At the federal level, we also have call scripts for our senators, so please make a phone call to our senators. The call scripts, again, are right over here at this action station. And tell our senators we want the strongest possible climate and clean energy bill, and we want it this fall, before the international climate talks happen in Copenhagen. And last but not least, we're calling on the Obama administration to really fully engage in the international climate talks that are going to happen in December in Copenhagen, to be there, to lead the world, to really address this issue. I just wanted to tell you that we're already seeing the impacts of global warming. We're seeing here in Colorado, we're seeing pine beetle infestation. We've got scientists who are going to talk about this today. We're seeing more drought, less precipitation, less snowfall. Drought is going to be a huge issue for us here in Colorado. Around the world, we're seeing impacts. My family moved here 2 years ago from New Orleans because, as we know, hurricanes are becoming stronger and more intense. We're seeing sea level rise. It's happening now. This isn't something down the road. It's happening now, and we've got to address it.
I think it's going to help wake up at least people that are, sitting around. It's just kind of like what, the Obama campaign, as more people gained momentum and support, other people started looking at that and going, wow, maybe I have a role. Maybe I have something I can contribute and do. It's that place where we wake up to consciously what's happening on the planet or in our personal lives.
If you look at fossil fuels, if you look at coal, you look at oil, that really is nature's way of sequestering carbon from the atmosphere. It takes millions of years to do that. What we're doing is, within a couple centuries, we're burning that all up and putting carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So if you look at the record, at the ice core record for the last, about 1 million years or so, the CO2 levels have varied between about 180 parts per million and 280 parts per million. Well, since we started burning fossil fuels, it's shot up to now, today, it's about 387 parts per million. Okay, that means we've increased it 38%. It's really bad. And basically today is the highest level in 15 million years. And if you go back 15 million years ago, the Earth was a very different place. It was much hotter, and the sea level was at least 75 feet higher. So it's a very unsustainable condition we're in right now. And it's not just that we've set this record for CO2, it's how fast it's going up. Now, this looks like a pretty young crowd. I don't see too many people as old as I am. Do we have any baby boomers out there like me? We do. Well, good for you. Let me make a point here. If you're a baby boomer, let's take a typical baby boomer birth year, 1950. All right? The air that we're breathing right now, right here, has 25% more carbon dioxide in it than the first breath you took the day you were born. That's how rapidly, within a lifetime, we're changing the atmosphere.
Climate change, climate science is a fairly nuanced issue, and people are busy with their daily lives. They have, obviously the economic downturn has caused problems for people, and they have to worry about their jobs and their children and things like that, and they're distracted from this. And I think people are also a little bit desensitized because there's always been big issues that seem to be grabbing the press's attention and are deemed compelling. But I think what many of these speakers are trying to say is this is unlike those other issues. This is truly a societal level problem, and it's arguably the most difficult thing humanity's ever faced. And not just the climate, it has a lot to do with our economic system and use of resources. We can't have compounded economic growth indefinitely, and that in part is leading to this.
Just earlier this week, Pew came out with a poll showing that the percentage of Americans who believe that the planet is warming is at its lowest point in years, and less than 2/3 believe that warming is caused by humans. Why the skepticism? Well, the economy might be one factor, but I think the real reason is the legion of lobbyists and talking heads in the conservative media and this orchestrated effort to confuse people that's unfortunately beginning to have an impact that we need to speak out against. There is no argument among scientists. There has been consensus since the early 1980s. Just a few days ago, a government study revealed fears that an Arctic Ocean without any ice at all might be in our near future, perhaps as soon as the end of this century, when young people who are being born today will still be alive, our children and our grandchildren's generation. What can we do? Well, in addition to speaking out today, we need to put our energy dollars where our mouth is. Along with you, I pledge today to cut energy use in my congressional office here in Colorado by 10% by the end of this year. We are heading towards a post-carbon energy age, one way or the other. Either global warming will force us because we continue to refuse to take action until it's too late, or cheap oil will end. Either way, those who choose to adopt fastest, countries that choose to adopt fastest, states that choose to adopt fastest, cities and counties that choose to adopt fastest will fare the best and will reap the rewards of their long-term planning. And that's why it's important for Boulder, for Colorado, and for the United States to be in the forefront of this movement to improve our own mutual shared future.